necessary. Okay, off we go.
Be glad you're here in the city and not out in Riverwood. Those poor sods don't even have a wall.
I was just there. Don't rely too much on your walls.
You see? The terminology is clearly First Era or even earlier. I'm convinced this is a copy of a much older text.
Hey.
Ah, the Dragonstone of Bleak Falls Barrow.
Yeah.
Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling you. Alright, what's next?
That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim. My associate here will be pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share with me. So your information was correct after all. And we have our friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
You went into Bleak Falls Barrow and got that?
Yep.
Nice work. Just send me a copy when you've deciphered it.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
Me.
A dragon? How exciting.
Man.
Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
I just want to deliver this axe and get the F out of here.
So,
This dragon shit sounds like an excuse to not take care of business, you know?
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it. Irileth, you'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Could it be true?
Good.
Could these dragons be
Don't
real?
fail me.
Holy shit.
There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend.
Yeah, take the
Need
axe.
your
Come on.
help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon.
What?
You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here.
But I wasn't at
I
Helgen.
haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
Really?
Come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
Bracers of brutality.
I can't afford to risk both of you.
What?
I need...
Bracers of brutality. Brum, brum, brum. Hide bracers of brutality. Power attacks cost 6% less. Huh. That is a gift I will take.
You here working on ways to defend the
How
city against
perfect.
these dragons.
As you command.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a death or glory mission. I need to know what we're dealing with.
I've seen you helping the Yard.
Don't worry,
only
my
all
lord.
visitors to
I'm the
Whiterun
very
were as
soul of
noble.
caution.
Yeah, well, I am trying to
I
make the
envy
Jarl
the
happy,
chance to
so
see
he
this
will take
dragon
this
up close.
axe and allow me to complete my mission. Okay, I don't know anything about this dragon situation. So we are going to have to follow Irileth. Is she coming or what? Yeah, here she comes.
Looking to do some hunting, eh? Avoid Brittleshin Pass to the southwest.
Brittleshin Pass. All right, let's go. Let's do this.
The gods
See you
in
later, Katie.
Dragonreach
Thanks
say
for all
you
of your
aided
help.
the Yard.
And
On
Mila.
behalf of Whiterun.
Yes, I actually was considering adding Bruma to this. I thought it might be a nice addition. But I'm watching a few playthroughs of Bruma right now to just get a sense for how it fits with this character. So I haven't figured that out yet, but I think it might be kind of an interesting fit for this character. So we shall see.
Now, walk
among the stars! But you were once man.
She's going the other way. All right.
Need supplies? See Bellathor at his store.
Well, she's heading for the front gate, so
He has good
we'll
stock.
intercept her there. Dragons. So at this point,
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Sagramore has just viewed the whole dragon thing as an excuse for not allowing him to do what he needs to do. But now he's beginning to consider the fact that that may be real.
Right. I said
So-
a dragon. I don't much care where it came from or who sent it. What I do know is that it's made
See, the
the
family
mistake of
sigil
attacking
on his
Whiterun.
shield
But
includes
Housecarl,
two opposed dragons, which may
That's a
be
fair question.
a hint
None
to
of us
his
have ever
greater
seen a
destiny.
dragon before or expected to face one in battle. But we are honor-bound to fight it, even if we fail. This dragon is threatening our homes, our families. Could you call yourselves Nords if you ran from this monster? Are you going to let me face this thing alone?
No, Housecarl.
But it's more than our honor at stake here. Think of it. The first dragon
Hey, Lloyd.
seen in Skyrim since the last age.
I think that's probably about enough about the Flaming Dicks mod,
Killing it is ours.
unless you want to get
If
the
you're
boot.
with me.
So it's up to you.
Now what do you say?
You decide.
Shall we go kill us a dragon?
Yeah.
Damn right. Let's move
All
on.
right, let's do it. All right, so at this point, I think we would just follow right along with these guys. Because given how we started our Skyrim experience, Sagramore wouldn't really be very well informed about what's going on with the dragons. He never really even heard anything about the dragons until he arrived in Whiterun. Up until that point, he was kind of fighting with the Stormcloaks up in the snow-covered regions, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I would agree with you, Gale. We lost our moderator much too soon. That's unfortunate. All right, I'm going to focus on what's going on here. It's a fairly important part of the story, I think.
No signs of any dragon right now. But it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened. And if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what was the deal.
Good morning.
Need something?
Spread out, look for survivors. Okay, this looks like it could get nasty, so we've got, let's see, inner apparel. We do have a helmet we could use to help protect ourselves a little bit. And I think at this point, just for the sake of role play, he would shed the heavy backpack for mobility. Definitely looks like something happened here.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it.
Guardsman, what happened here? Where's this dragon? Quickly now!
I don't know. Killer, let's save us. Here he comes again.
Now this is going to be
Here he comes.
really tricky,
And make every arrow count.
just because this character concept is not about ranged weapons. So we are going to have to be very careful about putting ourselves in a position to get nailed by a breath weapon. So come on down here, beast. Whoa! Whoa! Potions, potions, potions. Let's see. Well, I will use everything I got, basically. No! Oh, man! Damn! We did some sweet damage on him, though. Oh, it was close. It was close. But, I gotta say, it's not like I would stock up on potions, right? I mean, Sagamore doesn't know what's coming. He doesn't even believe this shit is real. So, now he's looking at a dragon for the first time saying, what the F is this? Whoa. Charging power attack. Oh, well, we got one lick in. That's a start. Where'd he go?
Your defeat brings me honor.
Whose defeat? Oh shit. Get out of there, people! Why would you take that? Get to cover, man. Here lies the challenge. Right? Here lies the challenge, because Mortal Blade is kind of a melee guy, so this is a big issue. Where did he come down? Whoa, whoa. Oh, there he is. Oh, man. He was behind us the whole time. Shit. I'm done. I'm done. I got no potions left. I'm trying to explain to you, Lloyd, what's going on here. Okay? You missed about 4 hours worth of this thing. So, holy shit. It's right there. Oh, man. Okay. Is he gonna open up with... Get a few licks in while we can. Alright, well, we got a few in. Terrible friggin' camera angles, but nothing to be done for that. Oh, shit. Cover. Whoa. Oh, shit. Alright, let's see what we got here. For potions, we'll take the stamina now. Healing, we're okay. We got 2 to burn. And we're going to run in. Okay, here it is. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. What is this? light armor. I don't think I'm wearing light armor. So I don't think that's going to do me any good, right? Yeah, this is all... I'm using all heavy armor. Nice! Oh, we did it! We did it!
Bucky?
Sign him.
No!
All right.
What's happening?
Looks like it's going to explode. All right. That was a good way to finish it, man. I don't know that I've ever... I don't think I've ever gotten the dragon kill cam on this first dragon before. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten that, so that is pretty good. Okay, so let's take this helmet off. Okay, very good.
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn.
All right. Dragonborn, what do you mean?
The very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
Well, I don't know what happened.
There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. That would prove it. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
All right, well, I think we will cue that up.
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot.
We're definitely taking all this stuff. Iron Helmet of Witches. Gain 15 points. When a living victim dies, granting the soul burst power at 1,000 points. That looks interesting. We would take the arrows. Okay. We would take the dragon's loot. Now, this is where we look at the character concept. One of the things that this character does is keeps a tally. Keeps a tally of dragons. Now, the tally changes
Just coming back now for the first time.
as we officially
Forever.
become the Mortal Blade.
Old tales
We've
tell
got a
us
ways to go
Dragonborn
before
would
we get
kill
to that,
dragons
so
and steal their power.
we'll just
You
take a
must be
scale.
one.
What do you say, Irleth? You're being awfully quiet. Come on, Irleth. Tell us, do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know we can kill them. But I don't need some mythical Dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Housecar. You ain't a Nord.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
If you really are Dragonborn, like out of the old tales, you ought to be able to shout. Can you? Have you tried?
I don't know.
That was
How about
shouting.
that?
What you just
What
did.
manner of power is
Must
that?
be. You really are Dragonborn
Yeah.
then.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say. You're the boss. What do you want me to do?
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in, and I've been in more than a few.
You
I
sure
don't
took care
really
of that
want to
dragon.
mess with White Run.
Dragonborn or
I'm
not,
sure glad
that's
you're
good
the
enough
boss.
for me.
You better get back to Whiterun right away. Jarl Balgruuf will want to know what happened here.
Okay. Well, then we will recover our backpack and head back to talk to the Jarl yet again. Sooner or later, we're going to get him to accept this axe we're carrying around.
I'm glad you're on our side.
Who are these clowns?
Good morning.
Oh, man.
Yeah?
What now?
I didn't say anything. All right, well, that was interesting. So I think that's kind of an ideal situation, right? For this character, it's pretty nice to get the epic finish, the epic finishing cam, if you will. So that worked out great. Now we got it on the third try, but that's the thing with the Mortal Blade. If you're going to try this character concept, be prepared to do some dying at low level. All right? Be prepared for some dying, because until you play a character that's exclusively dedicated to melee weapons, you don't realize how much you miss range weapons, you know? So, but if you're interested in checking out the character concept, you can find all the information you need to about the Mortal Blade character build on tamrielvault.com. The easiest way to get there is to go to mortalblade.charactercrusade.com, and that URL is in the description of the live stream that you're watching right now. So if you click on that, that will take you straight to the character build, and there are several pages explaining everything that you need to know about that character from level 1 to level 50. Lots of information, so check it out. All right. Off we go.
Look,
Why?
you already have been
Did
told
it?
you're not
You
allowed
killed
here.
the dragon.
Turn around and go back the way you came.
We're causing no trouble. All we ask is to look for
All right.
I don't care what you're doing. After what happened, you're lucky I don't toss you in jail. Now get lost.
There has been talk amongst the guards that you are Dragonborn.
Don't believe everything you hear.
Surely that's not possible.
Surely.
Dragonborn, give me your money.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find
All right.
out he was dead. I can't stop.
So,
And I can't get the sword on my own.
for those of you who have just joined us, let me catch you up as quickly as possible. Sagramore started this stream 4 hours and 7 minutes ago at level 1. I used alternate start, and he started as a Stormcloak soldier. We have retrieved the Jagged Crown, and we have been trying for the past few days to deliver an axe from Ulfric Stormcloak to Jarl Balgruuf, but he keeps sending us on these missions and won't accept the axe. So, in the meantime, we have retrieved a tablet from Bleak Falls Barrow and delivered that to him, and now we have dispatched the first dragon.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for him to take this axe.
What else could it mean? So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there?
Yes. Dragon was there, watchtower was destroyed.
I knew I could count on Irileth, but there must be more to it than that.
Turns out I may be something called the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? What do you know about the Dragonborn?
Nothing. When the dragon died, I absorbed some kind of power from it.
So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you.
The Greybeards?
Masters of the Way of the Voice. They live in seclusion high on the slopes of the throat of the world.
What do these Greybeards want with me?
The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a Thu'um, or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Brungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, what, Dragonborn?
Nord nonsense? Why,
you puffed up, ignorant.
These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Hrongar, don't be so hard on Avenichi.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards.
Greybeards.
It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, you know, to climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that?
No.
High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office.
Oh my
I'll
God.
also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus. We still have a city to defend.
Listen,
yes,
I need you to
May the
take
gods
this
watch over your
axe.
battles, friend.
Ulfric Stormcloak asked me to deliver this axe to you. You've been giving me the runaround for 2 days now. You need to take it. It's a gesture.
The man is persistent. I'll give him that. I suppose it's time I give him an answer.
Now I gotta wait for his response.
Proventus,
Ugh.
what do you make of all this? If Ulfric were to attack
Good
Whiterun,
God.
As in all things, Lord, caution.
All right.
I urge us to wait and see.
We're gonna take a moment. So, okay. Let's take stock of where we're at right now. So, I think at this early stage that, you know, Sagramore hasn't come into his own spiritually, I guess, as to, you know, as in being able to think of himself as something other than a Stormcloak warrior. So I think where the Greybeards are concerned, he would sort of blow that off. He would blow that off as a bunch of fluff. And he would be saying to himself that, you know, I journeyed all the way here to fight for the Stormcloaks in the interest of justice. And I'm not going to leave that mission behind because somebody tells me I need to go and talk to these Greybeards who may or may not know what they're talking about, blah, 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 right? Obviously, he's a Nord. He's heard of the Greybeards before. There's a lot of these legends he is going to understand because they've been passed down throughout history by his family and his friends and, you know, relations, all that stuff. However, there's a big difference between hearing a legend and believing it applies to you. And I think for a guy like Sagramore, he would consider it to be sort of the height of arrogance to think about the old legends and consider himself to be a part of that story. So, for him, this is still very much about the Stormcloaks. It's very much about the Civil War. It's very much about his pursuit of justice. So I think that the situation with the Greybeards is something that he would be thinking about, but it's something that he would not act on yet. So at this point, he's going to wait for his response from the Jarl and basically be saying, okay, I need to go back and talk to Ulfric now. What the F do you want me to tell him?
Return this axe to our friend. The esteemed Jarl of Windhelm has my answer. Make sure he gets it.
Return it.
Bring me my pen and the good parchment.
Return it.
Are we writing a letter, Lord?
Are you certain that's what you want?
To General Tullius. I need to make a few things clear before I accept these legionnaires of his.
Okay. We've just been snubbed by Jarl Balgruuf. After everything we did for him, he returned the axe. But we have to understand our individual situation is separate from the politics of what's going on in the province.
So me to be your house, Carl. It's an honor to serve you.
Yeah. Right. Well, as your Thane, I reject Balgruuf's gift. Make sure he gets my message. So, there you have it. Tit for tat, I guess. But I like the way that this plays out from the story perspective, right? He comes down here with the axe, which is an olive branch from Ulfric Stormcloak to Balgruuf, who obviously at this point in the Civil War is still undecided. Balgruuf makes us spend 2 days jumping through hoops for him. Basically puts us through the ringer. And the way that... I think the way that Sagramore would interpret that is that Balgruuf was attempting to buy time to make his final decision. He bought himself a couple more days to make his final decision on whether or not he was going to side with the Stormcloaks or the Imperials, and then he threw it back in our face. So, at this point, Sagramore is feeling very used, and he's going to have a significant beef with Balgruuf at this point.
You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun. We'll pay good money for information.
Yeah, good luck.
If you locate her, find us in Rurikstead. Need something?
So, we've got a pretty crabby Stormcloak on our hands, then I would say, at this point. So, that is how that is going to play out, folks. So, now, clearly, we've got to get ourselves back to Windhelm and deliver the bad news to our boss. He's going to be pretty unhappy about it.
All this talk of dragons returning to the world makes me more than a little nervous.
Moons protect us. I hope we do not encounter one of them on the road.
Hey.
Yes.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
Let's trade. Okay. First of all, let's see what, if anything, we can offload. Excuse me. I think we've got enough steel arrows. We can get rid of these iron arrows. They aren't going to be worth anything, but that's okay. This ancient sword of cold, we will keep that. Maybe we can learn something from it. That we're keeping. Our Stormcloak uniform we're keeping. Iron gauntlets. Okay, we've got this iron helm and we've got this magical iron helm. We don't need both. So we'll get rid of the one. Iron gauntlets, I'm going to keep those. That's pretty good. Sell the gems. There we go. We get our level 2. Goat hide and horns. We're going to get rid of. Let's see. We've got a bunch of wolf pelts. Yeah, we'll hang on to those. We'll see if we can use those to learn something as well. Okay. Now, That's pretty good.
As the saying goes, you do not need to be faster than a dragon.
Excuse me.
You need only be faster than your first sight. The white flakes that sometimes fall from the sky.
All right. So let us fill our empty water skin. And the other thing we're going to do is we are going to reject the Axe of Whiterun. So it's symbolic, but that axe goes in the drink. Sagramore will not keep it. It is an insult to him, so he will not keep it. And now we make our way back.
What unfortunate that this should happen now, while we are still trying to make a living.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to a point where, if we consult our handy-dandy map, we are, in fact, retracing steps from our previous journey. So, as per my game rules, I am going to go ahead and fast travel to the gates of Windhelm. So we will do that. Okay.
There's no glory in war. It's just something they tell soldiers so they'll risk their lives.
All right, so now we gotta go talk to Ulfric. Yes, Russell. I am replaying the Mortal Blade, but this time I'm starting from level 1 and working my way through, and it will be live stream only for the most part. I will probably cut these up into episodes that I will share later. But what I mean by live stream only is that I will not be doing any fancy cutscenes or anything like this. It'll just be purely role play, playthrough type of deal. Okay.
I spent my life serving Talos. I don't plan to stop now, no matter what the Empire says.
Well, then don't. Sorry, I'm crabby.
Is there any news in Hyrule? Not a peep. Those busy Bretons can't be made to lift a finger to help their neighbors.
All right.
I suppose we shouldn't be surprised. They've never had many problems with the Empire.
Those milk drinkers might as well be elves. Think they're better than us.
Regardless, it appears Skyrim must stand alone. Again.
Well, I hate to bring more bad news, but
the Empire thinks it holds Falkreath from us.
The Jarl
souls of Skyrim's bravest are buried there, and will fill our hearts and strengthen our blades.
Well, the Jarl returned your axe, sir.
Then I was wrong about him. You're right, Galmar.
Again.
I'm in no mood to joke.
Give the word, my lord, and Whiterun is yours.
Whiterun is only a means to an end.
I've toured our camps. We're ready, Ulfric. Whenever you are.
Is any man ever ready to give the order that will mean the deaths of many?
No, but neither is every man able to give that order when he must. But you are that man, Ulfric. You've been that man before, and you'll be him again. And these men and women, they call themselves Stormcloaks because they believe in you. They are the meanest, toughest sons of bitches Skyrim has to offer. And they want this. They want this as much as you do. Perhaps they want it more.
You're certain we're ready? Whiterun's army will no doubt be bolstered with legionnaires. And those walls around Whiterun are old, but they still stand.
We are ready. And I might be old myself, but I'll kick those damn walls down with my bare feet, if you would only ask me to do it.
Ha! I'm sure you could do it too. All right. this is it.
Yes!
Send the word. A new day is dawning, and the sun rises over Whiterun.
Aye, and the sons of Skyrim will greet that dawn, teeth and swords flashing.
So it begins. Make haste to our camp in Whiterun. I want you on the front lines. I have a feeling about you. Your place is on that battlefield. I need you there.
Yes, sir, it is on the battlefield. Enough of this delivering messages.
Fight well or die well. Talos be with you.
Either way is acceptable. All right. Great. Finally. A war. Now, we got to prepare ourselves for it a little bit here. I sort of feel like before we jump in with both feet, we need to tweak our gear a bit.
What could it mean? Return of the Dragonborn?
I don't know what difficulty I'm playing on, Russell. Let's check. No idea. Expert. I'm playing on Expert.
Such power.
All right. It's time to remind ourselves why we're doing this in the first place. So, okay, at this point, we got to head back to Whiterun. I'm not going to fast travel all the way back to Whiterun, at least part of the way. I think part of the fun of this experience in Whiterun is sort of seeing the battle form as you approach. So if you fast travel there, it kind of drops you in the middle. So yeah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the builds, Russell. This is really the only build I've actually formalized. The rest of them are all pretty informal and associated with my videos. So the fact that you're playing them out indicates to me that you're an avid watcher of my videos, and I do appreciate that. You can't imagine how much I appreciate that. All right, we're going to do something a little bit out of the norm here. And we are going to stay in an inn tonight because we need to wake up bright and early in the morning, and we need to get to work and make sure we're prepared for the battle to come. So,
my friend died. Things won't be the same without you.
Lots of people's friends die. It's how it works.
Poor Nilsine has been wrecked since her sister was killed.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese.
Room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Captain. Let's sate that appetite.
Okay. Cooked beef. We're going to grab up that. Need some protein.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Don't you think all your tramping around there investigating might have something to do with it?
You know about Talos? He founded the Empire.
But still,
Yeah,
it's curious.
I'm aware of that. Okay. Is she coming or what? I'm impatient. Are you
Let me know if there's anything else
okay.
you need.
Yep. Thanks for fluffing the pillow. See you tomorrow. Leave me alone. I am antisocial. Okay. So, apple, some chicken, some ale, and off to bed at a reasonable time. Hey, we got our sleep schedule figured out finally. Let us get plenty of sleep, because Balgruuf certainly didn't let us sleep. All right. Plenty of sleep. We got some water. And what else do we got? Now my diet seems to be all protein.
Name's Nils. I'm the
Balance
cook
it out.
at Candlehearth Hall.
Every night, I walk around the Grey Quarter and let them grayskins know what... We ought to dig a bit... Huh?
All right. This is where the action takes place. I think what we're going to do is we're going to see how best we can upgrade our armor, if at all. And we'll take a crack at seeing if we can upgrade anything else as well. I don't know if we can upgrade our sword. I'm not certain that we're going to make any headway on that, but we can certainly take some steps to try and protect ourselves a little bit better. So we'll do that as soon as everybody wakes up. Lazy sons of bitches. But let's do a little research while we're waiting here. See what's what. Both keepers, steel.
Working in Windhelm is great.
Yeah, that's
I get
good.
to see Ulfric up close.
Okay, that is steel. What about this? Corundum. Really? Okay. Good to know. You guys actually work, or you just walk around the marketplace?
Is Ulfric's armor done?
I don't haggle. If you want a lower
Everyone says Jorland Greymane is the best smith in Skyrim. I plan to change a few minds about that.
All right, well, cool. What do you got for sale?
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
All right, let's just size up what our options are here. So, steel armor. I mean, we could afford to just flat out buy steel armor, but I'm more interested in what it might take for us to upgrade what we've got. And it requires corundum. So let's just invest in one corundum ingot and see if it's possible for us to do that. Other than that, yeah, I don't see much else here I'd invest in.
Whether it's armor you need or a new blade, come see me.
I lost my twin sister a while back. Have you ever lost anyone close?
Yeah, a whole bunch. There she is.
I'd travel more, but who wants to deal with all the soldiers these days?
I understand.
If you're looking to get a drink, Candlehearth Hall's got warm fires and strong ale.
I'm looking for you to sell me something, but I'll let you get into your shop before we talk about that, so. Okay, in the meantime, well, she's figuring out how to get into her stall.
I never expected
Let's
Ulfric to live up to his legend.
Have a look and see what we can do here. I think we can level up also. Yes, and we are due to take some points in stamina. So we're going to do that. And I think best investment for us right now is to go back around to the beginning and look at one-handed again. So we are a sword specialist. So attacks with swords reduce the target's attack damage by 10% for 3 seconds. That's kind of a defensive thing. One-handed weapons do 40% more damage, and critical strikes with one-handed weapons do 2% more critical damage per level of one-handed. That seems like the better investment at the moment, so we're going to do that. Okay, and yeah, we got our brigand harness. Not bad, right? We can upgrade this to fine, which is going to kind of give us about the equivalent of steel armor. So let's look at our heavy spiked shield. That also uses corundum, so we may want to invest in some more corundum. That might be a good investment for us. But first, we're going to talk to Naranya here and see if she's got any other pieces that might be
If you want a lower price,
good for us.
a bit of that.
Okay. Nope. That's cool, though. We're going to buy an amulet of Talos.
Soon, I hope.
Okay. So we just really need to buy some more raw materials.
Resourceful as I am discreet.
We need more corundum and probably a couple steel ingots to do what we need to do, I think.
Everyone says Yorland Grey makes the finest weapons and armor.
Okay, so we need one more corundum to upgrade our shield. And we've got one steel ingot in inventory. Thinking I'm going to buy 2 more of those. Plus, I'm going to buy 1 iron ingot because we're still using iron boots. And I think that's it. I think that's all we can do at this point.
Whether you need or a new blade, come see me.
I was wondering if you still had many associates in the shipping profession.
Okay. This sword is our primary weapon, so 28 to 30. Respectable. Really more interested in gaining levels here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so the mantle, that might be worth it. Officer's helmet, we're not going to upgrade that. Iron boots, yeah. Okay, and the officer's helm, that we're not upgrading that because that's really just a trophy. It's not anything we're actually going to use. Okay, well, not bad, not bad. We don't have a ton of money, so we got to do the best we can with what we got. So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so
Can't just throw the big logs on the fire. Gotta have the little bits too.
now that means we are off to Whiterun to fight a war. Okay, so yeah, the Oathkeeper's sword is originally part of Gosu's weapon pack. If you are playing Skyrim Special Edition, it is part of a mod called More Weapons Please. And that is a different author, but that is someone who took Gosu's weapon pack for Legacy Skyrim and converted it for SE. So if you're playing on SE and you want the Oathkeeper sword, that's what you need to look for. More weapons, please. Awesome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to pause here. We're going to take a 5 or 10 minute break, and we will return shortly and venture off to Whiterun for probably one of the biggest battles in the Civil War quest line, which should be interesting. So I will see you soon. Hang on. Welcome back, everybody, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I'm the CouchWarrior, and you are watching the Mortal Blade live stream. Okay, so let's reevaluate where we are here. So, when last we left off, we had made our way back to Windhelm and delivered the bad news to Ulfric that Jarl Balgruuf would not accept his invitation to alliance. All right? That is an invitation that was delivered via an axe. That axe was rejected, and we returned it to Ulfric. And under pressure, I think, from his advisors and from the men in the field, Ulfric has made the decision to basically go from rebellion to full-scale war. And as most of you, I am sure, are familiar with the Civil War quest line, Whiterun Hold is contested. It was still kind of up for grabs, and the Imperials and the Stormcloaks were both kind of romancing Jarl Balgruuf to try and get an alliance with him. Well, he made his choice. Despite everything that we did for him, he gave us back the axe.
Yeah. Right.
Well, that was interesting. That is not it. As instructed, you are to eliminate Sagramore by any means necessary. The Black Sacrament has been performed. Somebody wants this poor fool dead. We've already received payment for the contract. Failure is not an option. Astrid. Really? Okay. Interesting. Well, who would have an incentive to want to see us dead? It could be, more than likely, something associated with the war we've got ourselves embroiled in now. That's an interesting turn of events. And that is what I love about Skyrim, my friends. I love the fact that even when you know the shit is coming, you're never sure when it's coming and under what circumstances it will come. Don't do it. Wolves, behave. Don't make me kill you. I'd happily take your pelts, though. All right, good enough. And that's the beauty of this game, right? You can take all of these situations, quest lines, side quests that we are so familiar with, all of these radiant events that happen, and string them together in new and interesting ways. And an attack by an assassin can look like a very different thing. If you're a warrior embroiled in the Civil War, then it would look for, say, an assassin who's involved in the Dark Brotherhood questline. The same event can have a very different feel in those two situations, and that's what makes this game so infinitely replayable. That's what I love about it. So, there you go. Now we've got Sagramore hustling back for the battle, and at the same time trying to put together in his mind the puzzle of who would have hired an assassin to kill him and why. And I would think, under the circumstances, he would be thinking primarily that the arrival of Assassin would have something to do with his role with the Stormcloaks or in the Civil War. It could, it could be that there's some significance to the fact that he spent so much time in Whiterun as well. People in Whiterun knowing who he is, knowing his knowledge of the dragons and what he did for the Jarl, and the fact that he was privy to behind-the-scenes conversation between the Jarl and his advisors. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's someone at the Imperial level, or maybe it's someone who has Balgriff's confidence, and Balgriff is rethinking the wisdom of allowing a Stormcloak to basically get a behind-the-scenes look at his court now that he's made his choice. Who knows? But at this point, I think, given everything that we've encountered, Sagramore would be inclined to think that is the most likely possibility. That Balgriff himself or someone associated with Balgriff might think that eliminating Sagramore is the right thing to do.
Damn faithless Imperials.
Yeah. Hey, you're headed the wrong way. The war is the other direction.
Fight, or die well.
I'm on my way to Windhelm to join up with the Stormcloaks. Ulfric has the right of it.
Good man. Do it. Now, of course, one of the things that we do understand about Sagramore is that he is a fighter. He's a man of honor. He's a man in pursuit of what he thinks is justice. But, as so often happens, he's a soldier in the field. He has only part of the story. He's not a commander. He's not privy to command conversations. So, I think, the events or concepts or whatever you want to call them that influence his personal ideology about the war could be flawed, but he doesn't know that. So, I don't know. We just kind of let the pieces fall and hope that we're in touch enough with who our character is in their hearts and minds that we can make the right decision for the character and that the role play will flow. And so far, it's flowed very nicely. I've been very pleased. Even down to getting a nice kill cam on our first dragon kill. I mean, that's a really epic way to start the story of the Mortal Blade, because the Mortal Blade is, after all, supposed to be the ultimate dragon slayer eventually.